Eric Bird here at StopStrugglingNow.com. A little technical difficulty, but that doesn't stop the show. And welcome, because tonight we're talking about buy assets before it's too late. You've heard this warning over the last 5 years, except this year, the warning has a deadline. It's not just buy assets, it's buy assets before it's too late. There is a clock. It's T minus 3 years, 2027. Don't tell me later that I did not warn you. And hopefully this video will be shown around the world, because it's not only in America, it's around the world. As the banks, as the wealthy consolidate, because you don't make enough money to actually pay for their goods, services, and the taxes that they should be paying. So now the chickens have come home to roost. And once again, we have to talk about it to put you in the right position so you can still win. Because why? You're mobile, you're small, you can make moves quickly, fast, and efficiently. And welcome again to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream, where it's members only that can be in the chat room. Everybody else can watch. You can smash those like buttons. You can do whatever you like to do and subscribe to the channel and click the all notification bell. But if you're not a member of the channel, you cannot be in the chat room on Wednesday nights. So I thank you so much for being here, because this is the No Guru Zone. We don't charge for courses. We don't charge for chats. We don't charge for anything. We try to help you out here. SSN lifestyle gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, I want to thank you so much for being here. And I am still in the Dominican Republic. I'm still here. And guess what just happened? 2 people, Investment Hawk and Roddy, are in Punta Cana. And we have a 3rd person arriving tomorrow as well. And yes, the SSN Nation members have taken over. They're here on the island, checking out some of their real estate that they've purchased, getting it all together. Can you believe it? I feel so good inside. Winning because they bought 2 to 3 years ago. So they have that $150,000 or less price tags, which mean all they have to do is rent for $150,000 or less and still make 16 to 20% returns on a 50% occupancy rate. I like that number. So what happens if it's 60? What happens if it's 70? It's all glorious. So therefore, I am excited, and I'm supposed to meet 2 or 3 tomorrow. So that's an exciting day. SSN Nation takeover is already in effect. We need more to come and take over. So this is what we have to talk about tonight, because you got to buy assets before it's too late. I'm about to expand upon that. So please don't go anywhere, because again, no credit check, no qualifying, no barrier to entry to get in. But later on down the line, you might need a little bit of credit, unless you have cash to pay off some additional money you will need. But nonetheless, you can get started. 0% interest with real estate investing. No credit check, no qualifying. That should start you out with a good ring. But once again, share the video. Why? Because the YouTube gods don't show any love to this channel. And once again, I put in the chat room beachfront Java, because our own Professor Auntie Val and family, they are entrepreneurs. They're out here starting their asset. What do we have to do? We have to show some love. Go and order some beachfront Java. You want Keurig? You have a Keurig coffee machine? She has that. You have a fine ground espresso type of zest for that type of coffee? She has that. You want regular drip? She has that. But the question starts arising, what about those beans? Are they the best premium blended beans? Yes. Africa, South America, Central America, Indonesia. That's where you get the best beans, ladies and gentlemen. That's what she makes her coffee from. So once again, go to beachfrontjava.com and use promo code SSN Lifestyle, because it is a lifestyle if you drink coffee. And what about if you drink tea? She has that as well. Over 20 different blends between the tea and the coffee. So there's something that you may enjoy. I like the campfire brew myself because it has those notes of hot chocolate. That's what I love. Coffee and hot chocolate mixed. That's me. Sign me up. So go over there and show some love at Beachfront Java. How you like that intro? Not about SSN Nation, which also December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, we have our SSN Nation Punta Cana Investors Forum. You want to buy assets, but do you understand that it's going to be too late a year from now? Because you're going to have to put down 20%. You got that. 20% to some may not be much, but if properties cost $250,000, that's $50,000 down if you decide to buy a $250,000 condo. That's where we're going. It's no longer $150 for a 2-bedroom penthouse unit condo. It's starting to be $250 to $300. The size of the unit's not getting double the size. So this ought to tell you what is happening. You better buy your assets before it's too late. Assets are what pay you. So the only reason you'd be buying anything here is to use it as a short-term rental or long-term rental, so you have money coming in for the rest of your life on one of the hottest tourism countries in the world. In some instances, it's number one. Medical tourism, health tourism, and surgery tourism. That is pretty stellar. Now you throw in the tourism, all-time record highs. Now all of a sudden you're putting the stage forth to where a lot of people are becoming aware of this island. But the question and the problem is going to be the same. Who can afford $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month payments to take advantage of these ever-increasing real estate prices in pre-construction? That means the wealthy, once again, are going to win, because you have been sitting on your hands for 3-4 years that I've been talking about this, when you could have gotten 1-bedroom units, 69, 79, 89,000. You could have gotten 2 bedrooms for 110, 120, 140, 150. And lucky for you, you can still get a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath villa for 170,000, but you have to go through those guys at Primavera. The only downfall that I can see. But the point I'm trying to make is that is gone away, except for the 170,000 villa, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,350 or 135 square meters, which makes it about 1,100 square feet. Upstairs, downstairs. That still exists. But it's over. You cannot get a penthouse for 120,000, 130,000, 150,000 anymore. 170,000. It's over. It's in the 200s right now. 199 with a backyard view. With the rear view into the parking lot, 199,000, but it's only going to be 83 square meters, which means it's only about 900 square feet. And then your terrace is about 900 square feet. Nothing wrong with that. But if you want a real penthouse, that's going to cost you like 350, 390, 250, 299,000. That's going to be 1,500 square feet or more, and have about 1,000 square feet or 800 square foot of terrace space. 300 and something now, ladies and gentlemen. The days are starting to be over for ordinary citizens. That's you. So all I'm trying to tell you is everything I preached for 5 years. We have a few people that have taken advantage of doing pre-construction around the world to get their price in at a low price in the hundreds. Now you're going to have a very hard time trying to buy something of significance in the 200s for the next year, year and a half. That's it. After that, everything's going to be pretty much upper 270, 280, 290, or 300. And when you hit 300, 20% down is 60,000. 40% during construction, that's 120,000 during construction for 3 years. Let's just say it's 36 months. All right? 20% on 120,000. 40%, sorry, on 300,000 is 120,000. I'm going to do the math for you right now, just so I can illustrate my point. 120,000 divided by, let's just say for whatever argument you go, oh yeah, they're not going to be done for 36 months. Okay. Let's say they do 36 months, 3 years, which is unlikely, but let's say they do. That's $3,333, ladies and gentlemen, that you would have to pay on a monthly basis after putting down 20%. A lot of people would say, oh my God, I can't spend $3,333. But there are a few people in the top 10% that says, I can afford that. But those people that can afford it in the top 10%, guess what? They already make a very good amount of cash if they have disposable income that they can throw down 60 grand and then pay $333 a month for 3 years. So all I'm trying to tell you is when the prices go above 300, 250 to 300, people still can do something, but nobody loves these $3,300, $3,500 a month payments. When you start getting at that point, now all of a sudden things are into the threes, and now your payments are $4,000 per month. This is what I mean by buy assets before it's too late, because citizens, you're going to lose if you don't. Because now you're going to be in what we call the American way. If you don't make $4,800 a month, there's no way you're going to be able to live in a $2,000 a month apartment for rent. So the same rules are going to apply. All of a sudden, you're not going to be able to afford no $4,000, $4,500 a month payments, even if you have no credit requirements. And now you're going to be locked out of real estate that's going to appreciate without you, which now means you can't tap into assets. So let me see who's going to be in the house tonight. If you can't get in the chat room, there's a reason. Only members with the icon can be in the chat room tonight. That's it. Everybody else, you can watch. You can chit chat amongst yourselves. You can actually join our WhatsApp group and say, you know what? I have an opinion about this, Eric. I have something to say. Let me put it in the chat room. Let me go put it in the chat room. And if you want to get yourself into some real estate over here in the Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, guess what? I'm a broker over here now. We're taking control. We're trying to help you, but all the developers are going, Eric, I'm sorry. We're only doing 20, 40 deals. That's it. That's all I'm hearing now. Noval, I tried to see what they're doing, 20, 40. But they do 20, 60, 20 deals, 20% down, 60% during construction, and 20% on delivery. So they go, oh, we'll do a 20, 40 deal. Of course you will. But that doesn't help a person that has a $300,000 note or $340,000 two-bedroom, 1,400 square foot Atlanta. That doesn't help you because your payment is going to be $3,500 per month. I'm just saying. This is what we're dealing with out here. Stay tuned. I have some Atlanta video that I'm going to be posting up as a short. And I found out today I was out there. They've done significant things. They are going to have underground parking there. I was like, are you kidding me? This is awesome. The space is huge space. It's much bigger. And I was very happy to see that they actually have where they're going to do on site some of their I don't know about the brick work, but the cement work, they had some cement that they're going to be doing on site, which means they save money. They're going to have to. The price of materials are going to increase. So once again, 78% of the people are living paycheck to paycheck. 78% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck. Around the world, it's still the same numbers. It's like 70% of people in countries are living paycheck to paycheck. 10 to 15 to 20% of people are making the wealthiest amount of money, and they're contributing and being able to travel around the world, do whatever they want, disposable income. It's only going to get worse. So keep that in mind. All right. Now, let's see. Nobody's in the chat room tonight, which is okay. One of those days. Let me see. Live chat, members only. That's what we got. Only members can be in the chat room tonight, but everybody can smash that like button and give it a one piece. That's all you have to do. Because buy assets before it's too late is a warning. It's almost June 1st. We're about to, I think it's June 4th or June 7th when we do our annual birthday, which I've never done. But I started sometime in June, and it'll be 6 years ago. Can you believe this? Time has flown by. I'm still here. You're still here. The channel has been knocked and rocked, but it's not kept us down. We keep coming back for more. We've had a little challenges with crypto, with real estate. We've had a little challenges. Nothing goes smoothly these days. People are doing all kind of shenanigans, and it still continues to this day. But everybody's surviving and trying to survive the best they can for themselves and family. So this is why we're here. Ordinary citizens, you need to win. And that's why it keeps me going. Victor Marrero, welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream, where he has that icon next to his name, which I humbly appreciate. Soon to be retiree, T-minus 60 days. He brings his tagline. Hello, all. Let's do this. And that's what we do here. We explain to you what you're going to need to do. And unfortunately, this is not for the faint of heart. You're not going to be able to wilt and go into the corner and tuck your head and go cry. Unfortunately, you can do that method, and that's not going to end very well at all. Or you're going to have to fight. You're going to have to slay dragons. You're going to have to do almost any means necessary to make sure that you're doing stuff legal and trying to make extra streams of revenue come in the door. You're not going to be able to just sit there and chill. Byzantine Red, welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. So happy to see you on this live stream. As always, good intro, LOL. Thank you so much for that, man. I appreciate that. A little change up every now and then never hurts anybody. Victor Marrero, yes, those were the good old days when you could find a condo on the ocean side of the main highway in Punta Cana for $150K. No more of that. He said it right. No more of that, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't happening. You can find a condo with a pool in the back at Los Corrales, El Cordecito, 1 bedroom, $185,000. 2 bedrooms, $185,000. Sorry. At a place like Secret Garden. But again, you're only going to have like a year and a half, 2 year of payments. So once again, you're going to be into the $3,000s, $2,500 to $3,000 per month if you go that route. Ordinary citizens, let's just cut the crap. 70 to 78% of you are living paycheck to paycheck. That only leaves 20% of people that can afford to pay extra on anything. Let's just cut the crap. 20 to 25%. That's it. Out of those 20 to 25%, how many of them are going to be risking $2,000 to $3,000 a month on something that's not going to be built for 2.5 to 3 years? Not many. So there's going to be a slowdown on the buying in the Dominican Republic on pre-constructions. But that slowdown doesn't save you. The only thing it saves you is nothing. There is no only. It saves you not at all. The prices are going to rise because they now will not have enough buyers to offset the frenzy in buying. So they have to make it up somehow. So that just means pre-construction prices are going to rise. This isn't hard rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to rise whether there's a lot of people or hardly any. Either way, if you don't get in, I don't even know what to call this, quite frankly. I almost want to call it like New York City. They're just going to keep raising the prices. The good old days are gone. Gone. Paul Castillo, another investor extraordinaire, is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with that icon next to his name. Paul Castillo, like Victor Marrero was saying, he's one of those people that got in last year, the year before. He says, I love my 2 bedrooms for $150,000 or less. Right in the wheelhouse. But unfortunately, there are projects who are lagging. But again, I digress. Hello, SSN Nation family, is Paul Castillo's tagline. I hope everyone is doing well in this recession. Paul Castillo, what recession are you referring to? I don't know what recession you're referring to. Stock market, all 3 indexes, all-time record highs recently. Oil companies, all-time record high profits. I don't know what you mean. What recession? So that's the thing. Companies are doing all-time record highs in profits from all across the board. But citizens are cash poor, living paycheck to paycheck. Now, this recession, there is no indication of recession, but there will be a serious problem T-minus 3 years. That's about the time that's going to take about another 5 to 10% of the people to live paycheck to paycheck, get paid the same amount of money, and then the cost of living, because the corporations don't give a damn about you, they're going to raise the prices because they have Wall Street to deal with. They need their 3 to 5 to 10% profits every year to justify those triggers on their stock options. You aren't in that game. So once again, Paul Castillo, a recession is when there's things like banks, corporations crying to their grandmother and grandfather, which is the United States government, bail us out, please. They're not saying bail us out, please. All they're saying is, please don't regulate us because we're making so much money on the backs of citizens around the world. Don't do a damn thing. And just because they can't pay for stuff, who cares? They got credit cards. Who cares? They're going to spend on their credit card. Don't worry. They're not thinking about you until they do. So when people stop buying these high-priced items, when they stop buying toys, liabilities, all of a sudden they start playing correctly. That's how a capitalism system works. But if you keep buying, they have no reason to reduce the prices. It's that simple. So somebody goes out here and buys a car for $120,000. That's just a regular old car. It's not even a supercar. They're going to keep saying, okay, I guess people will buy it. People don't care about $1,400 a month payments, $1,200 a month car payments. They don't care. But they could have been over in the DR and actually got a piece of property like 3 years ago and paid that same $1,200, $1,400 a month. But they didn't have to pay it for 8 years. All they had to do was like 3 years or 2.5 years. But see, I digress. Citizens, you're losing. You're out here losing big time. And it's getting worse. 5 years ago, I mentioned all of what I'm saying now, and people looked at me like, what's he talking about? This is the greatest. These countries are the greatest in the world. We're not going to be living paycheck to paycheck. What is he talking about that it's going to cost me double to triple? It's not going to happen. Yeah, okay. T minus 3 years, it's going to double again. You can't stop it. The ball is already rolling downhill. The only thing you can do is get out of the way and do something else to avoid getting squashed eventually. Please pay attention to history. All dollars go to zero. All currency goes to zero because it's artificial. It's not real. It's only real because you use it. But in reality, I can show you my pair of sunglasses here. And if we traded sunglasses and said, hey, the blue sunglasses is worth $1,000. The red sunglasses are worth 500. The black shaded glasses is worth 100, and we can trade in that dollar. As long as you agree as a society that that's the value of these lenses and this product, and we can exchange for goods and services, then does it really matter if I have a manufacturing facility out back and I make the glasses myself because I own the currency? You should say, yes, Eric, it does matter because you can print up as much as you want and add money to the money supply, which now means the price of goods and services will go up. That's how this works. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, you better buy assets before it's too late. In fact, it's getting there. In 36 months, you are going to wish you would have said, damn, I should have been buying some dividend stocks, some stocks that give me 10, 15, 20% return or more. I should be buying real estate. I should be buying businesses that have a return and a track record. People show me their tax returns of their business. So that way I know if they said it made 300,000, they show in their taxes they paid $300,000 towards taxes. And if it doesn't, then I'm not paying for your business at 300,000. These are the type of things that you're going to have to deal with, ladies and gentlemen, over the next few years. So once again, don't be fooled out here. Eric, have you been missing in action lately? What's the latest news on Laramar? Hey, man. Hey, Paul Castillo, there is no news. This is what I've been trying to tell you. I haven't been up there. There's no reason. I'll say it again in case you missed my videos before. First of all, Laramar is on Instagram. Cruise on Land are on Instagram. All I can tell you is you can go to their Instagram and see what they're posting. You want to know what they're posting? They're posting videos of what things are going to look like. Videos of people saying, woohoo, I signed up. Pictures of people with the champagne glasses. You want to know what they're not showing? Is their land being developed? That should tell you something. That tells me I don't need to go up there, because if I'm making a building or a resort or condos, villas, golf courses, all this stuff, amphitheaters, you best believe if I want to sell more units, I'm going to have video every week. Look, our trucks are coming here. Look, we're building the foundation. Look, we're moving all the trees so we can build our towers or build our 7-story high buildings. If I'm a developer and I'm not doing that, clearly that's a message. It's that clear. All right. That's all I can say about these guys. You guys know how I feel about Cruise on Land, first of all. You know how I used to feel about Laramar. I'm not happy with those guys. I tell you guys the real deal. I'm not happy. In fact, I am pissed about Laramar. I'm not so much pissed about Cruise on Land because I already called out Cruise on Land. That everybody knows. I made a video about why they're no longer number one. Then I made a video about their contract, the 5 flaws that I feel that's in their contract. So there's nothing more I can do. Their prices are ridiculously low, but prices ridiculously low and nothing being built, that's an oxymoron. Cheap prices, nothing being built means the cheap prices is there for a reason. Nothing's being built other than promises. Promises. Well, same promises I heard 7, 8 months ago is the same ones I hear now. That ain't good enough. We now are down to June in 2 days, 3 days. June, July, August, plus 12 months. That's 15 months. There's no builder in the DR that will be building 1 story a month complete. So whatever these guys are smoking there, I don't know. That's Larimar. Cruise on Land, they went back and allegedly are supposed to have more than 4 or 5 floors, maybe 6 or 7. I don't know. You do realize you have to go back in and do permits and do things like, redesign. Have to get approval. So they also have the schedule of September 2025 was first phase. Well, I think they better get to it because they're going to have to do 2 floors every 2 months is what they're going to have to do. I'm sorry, 1 floor every 2 months, complete. Not just a floor with walls. They would have to do the plumbing, the electrical, the people who have furnishings, complete. So if it takes them 2 months to just do a floor, which it will, and in 2 months, I'm talking about a floor that's gray, not a floor with the walls, with the interior, with the ceiling, with the lighting and no. Nobody's done that. Nobody's done every month they have a floor. Done. 1 floor in 2 months. Never happens. Let me know who the builder is. If somebody believes that, let me know who the builder is, because 4 floors would be done in a year if that was possible. Nobody's done 4 floors in a year. And we're not in China to build some garbage. All right? So let's get real. All right. Victor Morrell says that tells me they're waiting for permits. Exactly. The question will be, why doing any type of marketing of the projects without permits? That's backwards. Exactly. Why do you want to market something without permits? Well, I will answer this question this way. I had a grandiose idea. I have renderings. I have something that I'm telling people I'm going to build. I have a deal in place that I can buy the land. All the agreements are set. So you're thinking, let's go market this. Then you find out, hey, wait, what are you guys trying to do up here? Wait a minute. Okay, we kind of agree with this, but then you make the biggest move of all. We want to build. We need permits. They said, well, we said you can build 17, 18 floors. We said you can build all this stuff, but now that you need permits, you're going to have to do certain things out here because this used to be farmland. So you got to do some special things out here if you want some permits. What do you mean? Well, before we sign off, you got to, hey, man, we got seismic activity maybe. Maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. You're on a cliff. It used to be a different area up there. And so you got to do something special, the reinforcements or whatever they're making them do. We don't know because they're not talking. So we can only speculate. I was at the office, yes. I tried to find out what's happening, nothing. Because all they say is we're going to be able to build everything and complete it in 14 months. 3 towers in 14 months. I don't even think 3 towers is what they said for the first phase, but let's just pretend they did. That's not possible. 3 towers, 14 months, 18 floors high. If that could be built efficiently, then Claire HP, they would have every freaking contract on the island. Because what you're trying to tell me is I can build 4 floors in 5 to 6 months. There are 3-story projects here, 4-story projects here, 5-story projects here. If you could build 5 stories in 6 to 7 months, complete, they would have every business around here. Clearly, that's not possible. So therefore, they don't have every business around here. So this is why, like Victor Marrero says, there's going to be permit issues. We're talking about a serious swath of land, 647 acres. All of it not being built or designed on at one time, but damn near, in my estimations, 15 to 20 acres. So that presents an interesting scenario. Now, let me explain something else, because I've been into the developer situations, getting some great information. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, just like anywhere in USA or anywhere in Europe, it doesn't matter. If the land used to be for, let's say, agriculture, because that's what it appears to me. I'm guessing, but that's what it appears to me. And I say, I'm going to buy the land and then I'm going to build 10,000 apartments. They say, okay, you can buy the land. We kind of approve that you can build the 10,000 apartments. But when I bring in the blueprints and I show what I'm going to be doing, and they're just like, wait, we don't do past 5 or 6 floors. We want 18 or 17. Okay, we're going to approve that. But after that approval, then you still have to bring your blueprints in and say, this is how we're going to build it. Then they're going to have to agree. That's one of the interesting things, because this was not residentially zoned. This was not commercial zoned, because you're telling me you're going to have hotels. You're going to have a hospital. You're going to have a mall. That's commercial and residential mix. If anybody knows anything in real estate, that's called a mix. That is a whole nother thing than just saying, I'm just going to build condos. So now I have to be approved for commercial and residential in the same location from previously agricultural land. So let's just pretend that it took a year, year and a half to get that approval. Okay. Now we need permits to start building. And they're not building. So clearly, like Victor Marrero has said, probably no permits. And they always keep saying they're waiting on paperwork. I don't know what that paperwork could be, because I thought you own the land. So don't take any pictures. Don't show any videos. And like I said, Cruise on Land and Larimar are doing the same thing. Go see their social media. In fact, I'm just going to pull it up. Let's just go. Let's just go. You'll see my point. They're on Instagram. Let me go pull up Instagram. All right. Let's just stop playing with these guys. This is freaking ridiculous. They have people's money. They have my money, Larimar. Let's call it what it is. All right. Let me go find these guys. Let's go see here. Let's go Cruise on Land. Cruise on Land. Okay, here we go. So here's Cruise on Land. Here's Cruise on Land. We see our own George. He owns there. He's happy. He was here for the investors forum, the music festival. You see George right there, right? On the other side. Our own George's Charles. But look at these. See, they're showing people at their sales center. Look at the pool. You see that? That's just, see what they're showing? Look. None of these videos, other than this one. Look. This is one of the pictures they show. Don't see no foundations. All right. Here's the thing. Wait, let me show you something. I just watched this. Here's the thing. I can't pull this up to find out the date of this. So I don't know what that date is, but it's kind of strange. So I can't tell the date on here, but all I'm trying to say is these are their latest videos. They're not showing any movement on land. There's nothing happening. Look, all their videos. That was the only video showing any, well, there's no foundation. So they're clearing the land. Great. Here's the other one. Don't know when this is. All right. Nothing. So then again, look, making it look like they're doing something, but there's nothing happening. It's still dirt. I'm like, this isn't doing anything for me. All right. Meanwhile, a year goes by, year and a half goes by, almost 2 years go by, nothing happening. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this journey started in 2022. Cruise on land, Larimar. Here it is, a year and a half later. More than a year and a half later. Because it was like October 2022, somewhere in there. So it's almost 2 years. And this is where they're at. And after 2 years, this is where they're at. Somehow they magically going to do something in 1 year and 5 months. Come on. This isn't rocket science. My former #1 projects have forsaken me, forsaken us, because everything they have done is talked a good game. And now it looks like it's another project that's going to be 4 or 5 years later. So let's just call it what it is. Shit. Unfortunate. So there you go. That's my analysis. There's nothing to report. There's nothing. I'm not even going up there for just standing around watching. Hey, look, we moved some trees. We took some stuff out. This is where we're going to put stuff. Unfortunately, this isn't a 4-year project. It was never a 4.5 year. This wasn't going to be delivered in first phase wasn't going to be 2027. If you're doing that in 2024, it would make sense. If it was going to be 2027 delivery, I'd be like, all right, it looks like they're on their way. Things should be on course for 2.5 to 3 years from now. But being that delivery is supposed to be, let's just call it December 2020. Let's say December 2025 at this point. Doesn't really matter. I don't even care if you say 1 year and 8 months. You're not building a floor a month for Larimar in 3 buildings, and you're not building 2 floors every other month for Larimar. Because Cruise on Land, sorry, Cruise on Land. Cruise on Land took 1 year to build their building that is 1 level and 2 models, a studio and a 2-bedroom. How are you taking a year to build that in open space, and now you're going to tell me you're going to be able to build 5 or 6 or 7 levels in 1 year and 8 months, 1 year and 6 months? Again, this is absurd. See, here we go. Paul Castillo. I don't know. I don't know the answer to this. So I know for a fact what I thought was supposed to be built. We do have live streams. Well, no, we don't, because I erased them. I mean, not erased them. I moved them. First, Horizon 1 building. That was supposed to be first phase. Prime Towers 1, 2, and I thought 3 and 4. That was supposed to be first phase. But let's just say I was zealous. Let's just say I overheard, misheard. So I'll just say Horizon 1, Tower 2. Okay. But I know for a fact I heard 2 hotels. And hotels do not build in 1 year. They usually take 2 years to 3 years, depending on how many rooms. So the fact that there's no cliff area being hotels starting to be built should be cause for concern. Now, the other factor, the sports complex, 9 holes worth of golf, all of that was supposed to be first phase. We know you are not building 9 holes in a year and a half from scratch. You're not going to be building a sports complex in a year and a half from scratch. We also know you're not going to be building, whether it's a half a kilometer or half a mile, I don't really care. I'll settle for half a kilometer of the beach boardwalk area in a year and a half. That's pools, that's retail, that's sand, that's a couple levels, because it was supposed to be 2 levels at least. One level was going to be the lower level for the beach clubs. Second level was going to be the owners club and I think the hotels. That was supposed to be first phase. If the video is up, which it might be up, look for June 2023 with me, Gwen, Daniel Malky. He goes over what is supposed to be first phase at that time. There's supposed to be lots out back that people could buy for $105,000 and build villas. Larimar wasn't building the villas. They were going to allow somebody else to build the villas. There's one little problem. Let's just put it this way. If I'm going to build villas on a lot, I can't build a villa if I don't own the lot. It has to be subdivided. I can't just point on a GPS map saying, I think this is it. So that would have to be done. So just keep that in mind. So there you go, Paul Castillo. All the reasons why. It's sad. It's really, really sad. But the beloved Larimar is going to fall fate to join our good friend here, Victor Marrero's situation, where we bought in 2023 and it's going to be 2028, possibly 2027, best case scenario, that you're going to find yourself with some towers. They're not going to say anything because they're on the Spanish Stock Exchange. That's a travesty. They should just get it out the way. And in fact, they should give Paul Castillo, myself, and everybody else, they should say, hey, guys, you know what? We'll just give you an extra year, year and a half. At this point, it doesn't even matter. I mean, just add 15 months payment plan on. It doesn't even matter. It won't be done in 15 months. From 2025, add on another year. 2026, December, 12 more months, which would be September, means 15 more months. Add 15 more months, call it a day, and everybody has a reduced payment plan to almost half. Make everybody happy. Instead of wondering what's going on, instead of wondering what's happening, instead of not being able to make that announcement, just don't make the announcement. Just hit everybody up and say, hey, man, out of courtesy, we're not going to be doing something, just 15 extra months. We're going to reduce everybody's payment plans. Please stay with us. That'd be my policy. But unfortunately, everybody's not in the same position, because when you owe money, or possibly however their financing situation is, they may not allow it. But I do know this: nobody's going to be buying property up there without advertising. Nobody's going to be buying property up there if their payments are going to be like 15 payments left and you got to pay 30%, 45,000. Payments are 3,000 a month. Next month, the payments are going to be 3,300 or 3,500 per month. Horizon, you can't even buy because 30% of 270, let's call it 200,000, it doesn't really matter, 240, 270, you're talking about 60,000. Well, actually more, but let's just say 60,000 divided by 15 is $4,000 a month. So you're eliminating, I mean, who's going to be able to pay 4,000 something dollars per month? People can do it, but you're not going to be able to round up 400 people when you can't even show the people that anything's even being done. No videos, no nothing. You can show them renderings off the charts, but you can't show them anything else. So why are they going to go down that path? So anyhow, they're losing, but we need to buy assets before it's too late. We can't even worry about that. We got to start worrying about, okay, I have money there. And Victor Morel has just asked the $1 million question. Paul Castillo, as future owners, we deserve a sincere explanation from the builder on the construction status. It's sad and disappointing they aren't doing that. Victor, hey, Paul Castillo, I agree, 100. This is what my argument has been. I've seen them 3 times. The last time was about 2 weeks ago. No, last week, actually. I went up there again. I was there last week. That's right. I saw them last week, and they were still saying the same thing that they told me in April. Same thing that they told me at the beginning of May. So I was there like the 21st, 22nd, somewhere like that. They're still saying 14 months. We're going to have everything 14. Whatever. You can tell me whatever, but I don't believe you. So I don't really care what you're saying. So it's disappointing. It's sad. I told them everything, and they have excuses. We're on the stock market. We can't tell people. We can't do. I'm like, dude, you can do whatever you want. What are you worried about? If you're actually going to build it, does it really matter if you tell somebody, hey, man, we can't build right now? It's going to we got delayed. That it's going to be a year later. What's the problem? All projects are 5 years, 5 years. So nobody's going to really care, but they do care when you don't talk to people. Victor Morel just asked $1 million question. Eric, have you finished the 30% to meet the 50% requirement? Or are you still under the payment plan? I'm under the payment plan, Victor Morel. Okay. Here's what happened. This is exactly what happened. I guess I'll be full disclosure tonight because I'm tired of their bullshit. So you guys know I have an attorney. I have a couple. This one's a doozy. So let me see here. Here's what I wrote. So everybody can see. That's what I wrote to my attorney right here. In your downtime, I need serious talk about Larimar. Regardless of what anyone says, I have my own belief. Here are many options. I want out, return of money. Hear that? I want out, return of money. Number 2, they extend the payment plan. For example, 1 year. If delivery is before September 26th, then amount owed upon delivery would be due. Example, 100K, 30% during construction, 30K used to be due August 2025, now due August 2026. If delivery ends up being May 2026, whatever was paid up to that point, and the 30% bucket is fine. Remaining months in July through August plus 60% due on delivery. In-house, resell. I don't want anything extra because you can actually do resale, right? in-house. So what they'll do is, my unit was 133K. So as you guys can see, just what I paid so far returned. I think sell at 133K, give someone else a deal. Hopefully that answers everybody's question. That's what I sent to the attorney to let them know I'm not paying Larimar no more. We're not getting to the 50%. We're not getting to the 30%. I'm not giving them no more money because it's pointless. It's going to go in a black hole. They are not building in 14 months or 16 months or 17 months first phase. It cannot happen, regardless of whatever stories they want to make up. So there you have it. I've told people about this on other live streams. I've told people about this, that I told them I want my money back. Whether they give it back or not, who knows? But I'll be damned if I'm going to have other people going to Larimar giving their money when they're the ones who are selling, they're the ones who are building, and they're the ones not communicating because they're on the stock market in Spain. Really? Really? Now, if I'm going to keep going down this path, you know what? I'll just stop with the bullshit some more. All right? This is time-consuming, tiresome, talking about these guys because they don't even want to defend themselves. So, Spain stock market value. Hi. The Spanish stock exchange amounted to just over 1 trillion euros. Okay. All right. USA stock market value. Hey, that's no fun. What are you guys doing? United States. Let's do it that way. Okay. $50 trillion compared to $1 trillion. Okay. And if we really start getting into it, this is what we do when we do, look at this, Spanish stock market, Claire H. Wait, is that them? Yeah, that's them. Okay, doke. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, $4.90. What happened? This is interesting. Wait, what's going on here? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening here? What's going on? There's market cap. There's volume 0. What's happening? What's going on? What's this? Why is this at $4.98? 4.98 euros, but 0 volume. 0 to 5. What is this? Delayed quote. What? Something's going on. It's not. They have 0 volume. That's not good. That's not good. What's happening? What's happening? That isn't good. That's not good at all. What does this mean? And how is it that price? Yeah, it says €4.98. And it just popped up to something happened because this makes 0 cents. But I actually know what happened. They do a great job at something. So if people want to know what happens, they play games. Here it is. Let's go play games. So what happened is right here, this Archipelago International is supposedly going to build in one of the Paradise Towers. They're going to manage it and make it a condo hotel. Here it is, right here, in the month of May. So, again, crazy great news, but we all know Paradise Towers is not going to be built anytime soon. In fact, that's supposed to be ready, I think June 2026, 2 years from now. So not only are they supposed to build, let's just say 3 towers, or 5 if you include Tower 3, Prime Tower 3 and 4. They're also supposed to do Paradise Tower 1 and Paradise Tower 2. So now we're up to 7 towers in 24 months that are 17 stories high. 7 times 17. I'm not going to even figure this out. I'm exhausted. 7 times 17. 119 floors divided by 24 months. 4.95 floors a month. Not possible. Come on. Just stop the cap. Just stop the cap. This is just disgusting the more I talk about it, because this is not possible in 2 years. Even if you say I'm going to build okay, I'm going to do something else just to be fair. Let's just do something else just to be fair. Let's do it this way. Google calculator. Just to be fair. Let's just say they're going to do 3 towers. Actually, it's 18 floors because you have a ceiling on top of the 17th. But we'll do 3 times 17 just to be whatever. That equals 51. Now we have Paradise Tower 1. So now I got 4 times 17. That's 68 divided by 24. No, sorry. Divided by 28. That's 2.4, 2.5 floors every month in every tower. Let's just say that's 4 towers, right? Somebody better start doing mathematical equations. As you guys already know, you guys are smart. You know they can't build 2.5 floors every month in all 4 towers. That's Horizon 1, Prime Tower 1, Prime Tower 2, and Paradise Tower June 2026. Not possible. And what I mean by build is that would mean the AC, the stove, the oven, the range, the extractor, the hood. People who are, there's no furniture package being sold as far as I know, so that doesn't matter. But the flooring, the lighting, The washing machine area, all that has to be done, plus the ceiling, plus the doors, the windows, all that, and plumbing on each floor. The spacing, whatever you're going to use for spacing between floors, all this has to be done in 2.5 months. That's not possible. And if it was, 5-story buildings would be done in 4 months. It's not possible. And it damn sure ain't going to be possible on a cliff. We still got to do foundation work. So, again, it's bad. As for future owners, sincere explanation. Agreed. Paul Castillo, all you can do is hit him up. That's all you can do. You can just hit them up, ask them, hey, what's happening? They're just whatever. Those are good options. At least you have options before getting to the 50%. In my case, I am knee deep already. I already paid 50%. So pulling out will not be smart. Well, Victor Morel, in your case, it's up to you. But if I'm you, I'd still be asking for, give me back my 100K, whatever. I'd be asking for all of it. Because sure, it's worth maybe 400,000, maybe more. But the value that you are losing right now is the value. You can't, in other words, you can't rent to make any money. You can't sell it to make any money. So it's not really relevant how much it's worth. And even if you get delivery and decide to buy it, you're not going to sell it because you're like, I wanted to do short-term rental, at least I think. A lot of people are going to say, I'm going to sell it. And a lot of people are going to find out, just like a guy who has a 2-bedroom at Rock Condos, and he's trying to sell it for $230,000. He cannot get it. It's been on the market for like a year. It's 2-bedroom, fully furnished, Rock Condos, probably 12 to 1,300 square feet. 2nd floor, 3rd floor. It's down to 230. He thought he could get 270. What we're starting to find out is the pre-construction prices are more than the actual prices when you try to sell it. So this thing about it's worth more is only because it's worth more because they're selling it for more. So I was going to make a video about this, but this is why buy assets before it's too late, and you're going to lose if you don't. So I'm actually going to show you something else, because this I was going to make a video about. Master. Which was this called? I wish I could remember. Damn. Wait. Here we go. Here we go. I'm about to show you guys something. And sure, pre-construction is awesome. Right? It's great. It's great. But these guys are starting to do some things that are, let's just say, unethical. Not Larimar, not Cruise on Land and all that, but I mean, there's developers out here doing something. So I'm actually going to show you something that I find very, very, very fascinating. So check this out. Always learn and learn. It never stops. Okay. Now, this looks like a serene village, 110,000, 120,000 for a 2-bedroom at 82. So you can get something off the highway. I think this is Serene Village. It's not Christopher, but still. Off the highway, 120 grand. This is already built. You can go buy it. Then in Cocotal, here's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200 and something square feet for 295,000 inside Cocotal Golf and Country Club. So some of you would be like, Eric, okay, what's the relevancy of this? Well, Cocatal is very nice. They have all kind of condos there. They have, you know, villas, and they have the golf course and some other things. On the other side of, well, this area, they're going to be making Atlantidus. And Atlantidus right now, Atlantida, sorry, River Island have 2 bedrooms, 1,400 square feet that they are selling for $340,000 in pre-construction. Why is that significant? Well, here's that $170,000 villa that I was talking about earlier, but it's a Primavera product. 3 bedroom. Wait, what's this? That's 2 bedroom, 2 bath. Wait, what is that? See, you can buy from the developer a 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath for $170,000 from the developer directly. This right here is crazy. But this isn't all crazy, because see here, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, $125,000 pre-construction. What the hell's going on around here? This is at Central Park. 2 bedroom, 2 bath, about 1,000 square feet, 210. So what's happening? You guys already know. Oasis Lake, studio unit that has 2 levels, they're charging 210. So would you rather have this 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,000 square feet place for 210, or would you rather have a studio loft for 210 on the lake? Up to you, but these are the things we're dealing with right now. Look, this is in Buy eBay, $399,000 for a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. We got people spending 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom pre-constructions for just the same price. This is already built. And this is in Buy eBay. So you don't even have to wait. But this is what we're dealing with here. Los Corrales, $175,000. Near the beach. This looks like El Dorado. Just by the way it's built, that probably is El Dorado. But 1 bedroom, 1 bath. And yeah, it's 5-minute walk to the beach. Fine. Cocatal, $175,000, 2 bedroom, 2 bath. See what I'm saying? $175,000, 2 bedroom, 2 baths. Why are we spending $210 for a 220 for a 1+1? And here we have already finished, fully furnished $175,000. This is what I'm talking about. Here, Victor Marrero. This is Cana Bay. 250 to 450. 1 to 3 rooms. Price ranges. Look at this. Downtown. That's our project, Oasis Lake. Here goes Oasis Bay. These are new pre-construction prices. This is crazy when you start looking at everything. Another pre-construction project, Coral Lake. Coral Lake won't be done for about 40 payments. This right here, I'm trying to get the plan, because the $99,000, I think it's going to be a fully furnished price, but we can't buy it at $99 anymore. They told me today $109. But $109 for 36 months for 1 bedroom, you can't argue. All right, so there's a deal. But all I'm trying to illustrate, these are all for sale. Not all these are pre-construction. Some of these are finished. I don't know where Las Cayenas is, but 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, $115K. All right. But I'm just showing you, this is what we're dealing with out here. We're dealing with a lot of misconceptions, misdirections. At the end of the day, it's only worth as much as the appraiser determines. Right. Unfortunately, what the appraiser is going to say and what the bank's going to give a loan for are 2 different things. The guy from Bank del Oro, They said they'll give loans on the lowest value, either the appraised value or your contract. So even they aren't going to buy the appraised value. Now, all banks don't operate like that, but this one does. All right. So here we go. Paul Castillo, I'm already 25% deep in Larimar and Cruise on Land. I don't have a lawyer. Would they give me my money back if I request a full refund, or is it time to get a lawyer? Paul Castillo, just ask. Just ask if you want your money back. Just ask. See what they say. I always look at things a certain way. I just say, hey, you know, your project is so awesome and all. I'm pretty sure you can resell my unit. You know, it's people want it, so what's the big deal? Yeah, just ask. I've had projects give me my full amount back. All right, so we'll see what happens with Larimar, but you know, they don't want to give them the money back though. They want to be able to resell it to somebody else. And I'm like, how are you going to resell it when you can't even take anybody up there to show it? So people are going to buy it sight unseen and with promises, I guess, which is what happens. But I guess that's the way they're going to move the inventory. But sooner or later, more and more people are going to say, hey, give me my money back. So, you know, it is what it is. So we'll see what happens. All right. Getting a little tired, ladies and gentlemen. I had a long day. Let me show you guys some positive news. I'm hanging out with Noval today. Those people who bought at Atlanta and River Island, here's what they're doing. Let's see. Here's what they're doing. I'm on site today at Atlanta River Island. Awesome. Look at this. Can you believe I find out today that they're going to have underground parking at Atlanta and River Island? Can you believe this is they've started? Look in the background. Those are silos with cement in it, so they're doing their own work, reducing their cost. How cool is that? This is what they're doing right now. This looks good to me. It looks like somebody's actually doing more than just moving dirt around. Look, they're actually excavating. They're actually doing something. Yeah, no, video's coming out. Don't worry about that, ladies and gentlemen. That's coming out. Here is the, that's going to be what I'm showing right there. That's going to be the commercial zone. In the back of in the project, they have their own commercial zone. That's where it's going to be, right there up front, off of the road that goes to, and congratulations for all Noval owners. This is the bar area at the Noval Beach Club. Everybody that owns at Noval can go to the beach club. Here's the bar area. It should be up probably in about a month or two. This is the bar area inside. All right. Now, here's the restaurant inside that's coming. That's the wine cabinet area. But in the restaurant, this is what it looks like. Can you guys see that? Not really. Goes outside on the lower level. There's a pool there. Beyond that is the sand, and about 40 yards is the water. That's what's happening. This is on the way out on the side of the restaurant. It's happening. It's going down. All Noval owners. Look, another check area. Here it is on the lower level. Pool, The beach is right there, as you can see. All Noval owners, no matter if you bought a cheapy $90,000, $80,000, $79,000 one-bedroom unit, as long as you may have to buy their card, it might cost you $50 or whatever. But this is Noval Beach Club on the beach next to Jellyfish. But wait, there's more. It's 2 levels. Yes, you do see a pool up top. Yes, you do. You do see a pool up top. And here's the beach. That's Jellyfish right next door. So the beach ahead, that is going to be Noval's beach. So all I can tell you is congratulations to Noval owners who also have a contract that does not do price increases. No price increase for Noval owners. How cool is that? Okay, this is weird. This is really, really weird because I don't have. Oh, whoa. We do have. There you go. Here's a treat. That's upstairs on the top level. Look at this. Noval owners, this is yours, your beach club. You get to go hang out. And your tenants and guests. Oh, and for those people that are at Conner Rock, there's no consumption fee to pay because the beach is open. So I'm just saying. So you can come hang out, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty awesome. So just letting everybody know. That's one of the bonuses. That's one of the bonuses. Where's the project you're now showing? That's Atlanta. It's right next to Cocotel. Wait. No. It's before Cocotel. So, or is it? I can't remember. It's on the turn. So basically, it's by the Barcelo Grand Resort. It's a little bit down, 50 feet down or something on the left side as you're going to Los Corrales. It's Atlanta, River Island. That's where I was. And what I showed at the end is the beach club that's on Bavaro Beach next to the Jellyfish Beach Club. That's where the Noval made their beach club. So all owners of Noval will be able to go there if all they have to do is show their Noval card. So, hey, that's pretty cool. I like it. Great thing. So now if you have Noval and people go, well, where's the beach? Okay, fine, whatever. You can go to the beach anywhere in the Dominican Republic. There's always a pass-through. But now you have a place where you can actually call like your own, even though I can hang out at Jellyfish. I don't have to be a special person and still be at their beach club. Sit on the deck. I have pictures of the deck there. So, but yeah, Atlanta is on the way to Los Corrales. And they have a road out that they can take out to the highway. So they're going to have 1,000 units in there when it's built over the next, by the way, you can still buy there, but the 2 bedrooms at 1,400 square feet are $340,000, and they can still do a 20-40-40 payment plan. I'm just saying. And it can be for 30 some months because that's going to be like their second or third phase. So you can still get in, which is crazy. So I'm going to show you guys something. Yeah, I forgot all about this. I guess I should talk about something that's cool because Atlanta is in my top 3 projects. So, hey, now I'm a broker for them, so I should be talking about it even more. But here it is. I'm going to show you some payment plans. I have some. Yeah. All right. Let's go. I'll do something else here for you guys. Let's see. Oh, I have great news too. Today I go to Go Punta Cana Real Estate here. And let's go. 20. Here we go. Here's a 20-40-40. I already have it for you guys because I was going to do a video on this. Well, I still am, but you guys are here on the live stream. Look at this. You're not going to believe this. This is for $340,000, but this illustrates why you need to buy assets now and get in. Can anybody see this? This is 20% down, 40% during construction, 40%. This is, what is that? Is that 19? Oh, that's 19 payments. Why is it 19? Because it's every other month. That's why you see that crazy $7,100, which is $3,500 per month. But they split it and pay every 2 months. So it's $7,100 every 2 months. Delivery is August 2027. 3 years, 38 payments. This is what happens when it's $340,000. You're going to have to spend $3,500 per month for 38 payments under this payment plan. You guys getting the picture yet? That's 340. Now, watch this. I'm not even going to show you the 2060 because that's going to hurt your hearts. But here is the payment plan that's 20-40-40 for 340. So you'll see exactly what we're talking about. Look at that. $3,676. Delivery. When is this delivery? It's December 2027. 3 years, 36 payments. Yep, it shows 36 payments. Yeah, first payment, June 26. No, that's when the 20% down would be due. First payment, August 2024, August 15th. And you got 37 payments. And the 37 payments is going to cost you $3,600. So now you're starting to understand, hopefully, that your time is nearly up if you want to be in a project that's cool as Atlanta, as cool as Vista Cana. Well, all I can tell you is your time is almost up. I tried to get somebody our deal of a 10, 25, 65 that we have with 7 Palms. 7 Palms, after agreeing, now Nick says it. So that would have made a 1-bedroom, a $1,321 payment plan. If they say it, then that means their payment now will be $2,800 in order to make it happen. That means it's a no-go zone for this person. They needed $1,500 and under. So doesn't work. Oh, okay, that's an area full of resorts, but the road is just 2 lanes getting jammed, especially with all the big tourism buses. Yes, and that's why they have an exit and another roundabout that they're building to go out the other side. There's already a road there. The Uber guys go that route. So they're hoping that the government or whoever expands it, which they will. So therefore, there's going to be another way out where you don't have to go down the main road. So there is another out. So, and there's going to be another roundabout too added. So They're going to be fine. Or the tenants, they're going to be fine. Paul Castillo, I was staying at Barcelo a few months back, and those two projects are literally almost across the street from it. Exactly. That's why I said you go down like 50 feet, and it seemed like that's where the gate opened, and you can go see. And then Cocatel was right there around the way. So it's kind of like in the same area. But they're going to have their own exit point to go to the highway directly, so they won't have to go that other route. Either way, it's going to be crowded. There's 1,000 units going to be built there in the next 4 years. So it's going to be very, very interesting. But that's what we're talking about here. 78% of people live paycheck to paycheck. You can't afford $3,600 a month, $2,600, $4,000, $5,000 per month to get an asset like that. So now you have to start focusing on something else. You snoozed, you lose, but it's not your fault. YouTube never pushed Stop Struggling Now. So therefore, thousands of people would never find out about it. So it is what it is. So now it's almost too late, because those people who are making 100,000 plus per year are about the only ones that's going to be able to afford this. You're going to have to be well into the 130, 150K range in order to say, I'm just going to throw $3,500, $4,000, $36,000 a year, or $40,000 or $50,000 a year into a pre-construction project that's not going to be done for 2.5, 3 years. That's most of them are the same time frame, 2.5, 3 years, 4 years. So you pretty much have to be able to live off of that. But with the new numbers, 80%, 78% living paycheck to paycheck, that eliminates a whole lot of people. If we just use America as an example, out of 300 million, which all, 350 million, but let's just face facts, under 18, you can't sign contracts. So let's just say out of 300 million people, 80% live paycheck to paycheck. That's 240 million people. That leaves 60 million people. Out of those 60 million people, how many people want to go over and invest in Dominican Republic? 1%. Let's just say it's 1%. Has it? Maybe. So now we're at 600,000 people. That's it. Divide that every month. That's only 50,000 people per month. That's not a lot. 12,000 people a week. That's not a lot. Let alone if they actually fly here. So out of that 12,000 people, how many of them are going to say, yeah, I'm going to spend $4,000, $5,000 a month, $7,000 every 2 months to make payments for 2.5, 3 years? This is going to shrink, because they're going to go, I can't afford that. And they're going to say, yeah, well, you make 150,000, but they're like, yeah, but I don't want to spend $50,000 or $40,000 a year on something that's not going to be ready for 3 years. That's where this is heading. So if you don't get in at the right price now, you're not going to be able to get in at the right price later. All you're going to do is do what people are doing right now. Man, I could have bought that River Island 2-bedroom for $210,000. Now look, it's $340 they're selling it for. I'm just saying. That's where this is going. And all you're going to do is I woulda, shoulda, coulda. I could have bought that $49 an acre in Las Vegas in 1975. But you just drove by and said it's all desert. That's what we're talking about here. You're just driving by, going a looky-loo like, yeah, well, it's too expensive. Well, forget about it, instead of exploring some possibilities. All right. Well, let's get back to it, right? Citizens lose if not. And I don't know why I have this all off. Citizens lose if not. I have buy assets before it's too late. Citizens lose if they don't. That's what I should have said. 78% live paycheck to paycheck, which we went over on Monday, the Money Making Monday live stream. And just so everybody doesn't think I'm making this up, I guess I better bring some receipts, because, we like receipts. We don't just want, I don't want you to just take my word for it, because I was telling people for the last year and a half that it was 65% until we got new data. We got new data. Just as we expected, it had to go up. I thought it might go up another 5%, but I never envisioned what I'm seeing right here. 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, a 6% increase from the previous year. In other words, more than 3/4 of Americans struggle to save or invest after paying for their monthly expense. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you have no money to invest. Generally, the only way you can have money to invest is if you take your budget and go, well, I'm paying for $150 in Netflix, all these streaming services. I guess I could take out $100 and put it towards something else. Well, that's going to be a lifesaver, and that's what you should be doing. You have to have money coming in that you don't have to earn out of your own money, off your work. So that was just for starters as a shocker. That was the shocker of the week. Paycheck to paycheck statistics is a shocker. So when they start looking at these numbers and you're just like, is this for real? How much do Americans have saved? Look, this is crazy. Over 2,000, 20%. Respondents who are living paycheck to paycheck, this is what they have saved. This is not enough to do anything. Not enough. Families with one child were most likely to report living paycheck. Of course, children are expensive. Of course. What planet are you people? This is crazy. This is not even rocket. You didn't need to see statistics in order to understand this. You are the OCs. You know what it takes to live how you live. Until something's broken. That broken means you got laid off, you got fired, you don't have a job. That's the broken. And now you got issues. Now you got issues. So anyhow, I didn't really want to get into the real estate thing, but since we have people here who listened to me and said, yeah, these are great projects, Eric says it's great, I feel responsible to also say I'm trying to get out, and and I gave them even options so other people can follow the path. I mean, let's call it what it is. I'm pretty sure other people have already asked for their money back. I'm not the only one. Because remember, there are some people that invested well before me in 2022, in October, in July, before I even knew anything about this project. How do you think those people are feeling right now in 2024? Not getting any answers, knowing nothing. How do you think somebody who bought even just a year ago is feeling? I'm pretty sure there's more than just a handful of people asking for a return of funds. I want out. How do I get out of this? Which means they have to sell the unit twice. So if somebody gets out, that means they would have to sell it again. So they're going to be reluctant to do that. Because they can keep the money and then resell it. That's one option. But they're going to piss off a lot of people ultimately, because there are going to be more and more people talking like me and telling people don't buy there, which is probably already happened because I really haven't talked about them. Other people have said what's going on, what's happening. They go up there, they see nothing, they tell people. Hell, I know somebody that actually went up there. It wasn't me. They actually talked to the workers there. The workers said, hey, man, this ain't going to be done in no 2 years. I mean, a year and a half. What are you talking about? 3 years, maybe. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But this is what's going to start happening. People are going to roll up there, hear from unqualified workers giving their assessment. That's what's going to end up happening. The project should be talking themselves. They shouldn't let other people talk for them. or speculate for them or guess. They shouldn't let other realtors talk for them either, because other realtors are saying, we're not going to market that. We're not going to sell it. It's not going to happen. Maybe 5 years from now. I'm just like, this is all over the place. All I know is I'm not very happy. That's all that really matters. But at the end of the day, they were ranked number 1 on my list. A lot of people like Paul Castillo and others might have listened to me and said, you know what, Eric says it's a good place to buy. So now I feel a duty to let people know when I say I'm going to be out, just like when I bought my panorama garden and I said, I'm not playing with these guys about we're going to have to pay for amenities. I said, I put my money where my mouth is, my mouth where my money is. And I said, I want a refund. So then 2-3 months later, they said, oh, wait. No, these things are included. Well, it's too late. Epic Ventures sent me back my money. And it's not even like I was going to keep it anyhow. But the thing is, or get back in at that point, the thing is, I was just pissed that it came to that point. I was just like, you were selling it the whole time that you included all these amenities. What is this BS about a membership from Ziba? What are you talking about? Membership for the sports complex? What are you talking about? The fact that they even did that means there's a project in there. That means that's what you guys were going to do. And then they did say it's third party. We don't have nothing to do with it. So yeah, there's going to be fees. Of course you see. So again, I put my money where my mouth is. I invest. I don't like it. I ask for my refund. If they don't give me my refund back, like at Primavera, then I have to seek lawyers. I have to seek other remedies to figure out how I'm going to get my money back. Because my thing is, you can't do contracts and tell somebody what you're going to do. And then you don't fulfill your contract and then try to hold the person to the contract. If you don't fulfill your contract, then that means your contract's null and void, even in the DR. And in the case of Primavera, we'll talk about them shortly. So that's how it goes. You started with the beach. Remember Victor Morero, right? By the way, whatever happened to that project? Are they done? No, they're not done. It's the same thing. The beach is garbage. So once again, the beach. The beach started with $89,000 one bedrooms. Beautiful. Have a man-made lake made by, what's that company that does it all over the world? But anyhow, it's irrelevant. Then, because they took so long to build 6 or 7 buildings, the hotel that was supposed to be there backed out. Then, arena building. I told you guys the story. The 3-bedroom with the maid's quarters, which ends up being a 4-bedroom, was like $189,000 or $86,000. They had the same unit at the beach section for like 230, 240, something like that. Because everybody was buying up the arena building for that same unit, instead of going, good for you, they went with, we're not going to sell that unit. We're going to go to the building department. We're not going to have 4 bedrooms in this building anymore, in the arena. So, of course, that's going to delay them starting to build in the arena building. That's what happened. So there's lots of stories with what happened. So our friend Rosa Rodriguez, she's selling it by all metrics. She gets up to a certain point. The developers come in and say, we're firing you, and puts his wife in place, puts other people in place, their cronies. They raise the price like 30%. All the while, they're behind on delivery schedule. They boot her out. The hotel's not coming. And instead of that hotel that was supposed to have restaurant, saloon, not saloon, but spa area, event center, fitness room, a couple of restaurants. All of a sudden, the hotel's not coming, so all that's off the table, and they changed that building into a condo hotel, meaning condos, they're going to have a front desk to make it a condo hotel, which is called Palmyra. Palmyra doesn't even see the light of day right now. People who bought it, Palmyra, is asking in the owners group, what's up with Palmyra? Why don't they ever show pictures of Palmyra? I'm like, please. They're trying to figure out how to get 24, 25, 26 buildings around their man-made lake over the next 2 years. They're in building 12 or 13 right now. They still got another 13, 14 buildings to complete. The buildings are beautiful. I'll give them that. The man-made lake, it's cool. But after you have all that, there's nothing else. And who's going to stay there? There might even be on Airbnb right now, but there's nothing there. There's no restaurant. There's no bar at the pool. There would be no reason. Only a few people live there, which is weird. But it's crazy. Will you be willing to accept an upscale unit or upgrade from the contractor? That can be another option. Just trying to brainstorm the options. I appreciate that option. They will not do that. I like that option, though. That's what your guys did at Connor Rock for you. But with them, I don't know. I doubt even that would be an option because they're up. Okay, first of all, they have nothing to upgrade you to. Because all they have, like I have a 2-bedroom. If you have a 1-bedroom, you can upgrade somebody to a 2. But since I have a 2-bedroom, the only thing you can upgrade to is a 3-bedroom penthouse or 4-bedroom, whatever it is. There isn't another unit you can upgrade to. You can upgrade to a Horizon building, but the difference in price is like $100,000. H1. If they said, hey, everybody, you can upgrade to H1, now all of a sudden I'm thinking, damn, that might be too hard to pass up. But then again, I'm like, nah, they're not going to be done for 2.5 years minimum. So why am I waiting around for that? It's in the same boat. It's in the same ballpark. There's no difference. I'm still going to wait the same amount of years. It's not going to be a year and some months. And I'm not willing to throw good money after bad to find out later with no guarantee of anything. And by the way, the Larimar contract has a clause in it, or no clause, shall I say. It doesn't have a clause. It doesn't address what happens if they don't deliver on time. It's just, trust us, bro. Trust us, bro. We're on the Spain Stock Exchange. Trust us, bro. We're good. We do this all in South America. We build floors. Trust us, bro. It's disgusting. Forgive me for my disdain whenever I talk about it now, because it's heartbreaking. It could have been one of the 3 best projects in the world, and they're over here effing it off because they don't have their paperwork in order or something. I don't know what the hell it is. They won't say what it is. They're just, we'll be building next month. We'll be doing the foundation. Dudes, it's June. January, February, March, April, May, June, November, and December, saying the same tune since November. And yeah, you get to put in some dump trucks, dump some dirt, move some trees around, clear some area like you're doing something, but no pictures to do anything else. That means there's something wrong. All right. Eric, are you able, also asking for your money back? I don't own it, COL. I don't own it, COL. I don't own it, Cruise on Land. Never owned it, Cruise on Land. Because Cruise on Land, like I said, once they had their contract situation all screwy, that's when but see, Cruise on Land, the reason why that's different slightly, they have studios they sold people for 50 grand. or fully furnished units for what was it, 69 or 65 grand? I mean, that's so hard. George's Charles and people who have a 2-bedroom penthouse spend 137,000 fully furnished. But as with everything else, if it's not going to be built in 2.5 to 3 years and it's going to be 4 or 5, then does it really matter what you paid for it? Because your money's locked and you're missing out on return of income, which buy assets is the whole purpose, to get a return on your income from what you put in. All right, citizens, enough of my rant this evening. I am absolutely exhausted. I was out. I was all over the place today. I'm about to see some SSN Nation members tomorrow, which will be awesome. We're going to see Investment Hawk. We're going to see Roddy. And we're going to see someone else. They're here too. 3 people just so happen to be here. Investment Hawk purchased in Las Brisas. He has a villa. He did the villa and added a bedroom and I think a bedroom and a bath. I think it was a 3-bedroom, if I'm not mistaken. And where the patio is, because it was like a 10 by 10 slab, he did the smart thing. He added a bedroom. So it has 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, I think. I'll have to go look at it again. So he's doing some fix-ups. He's doing some things. I don't know if it's delivered yet. I asked him for pictures. They haven't provided pictures. So I'm thinking it's not fully completed yet. But he got it for like 140, 150. You heard me, 140, 150. Somewhere, well, I know it was in that ballpark. Because the price did go up like 5 or 10 grand. I think he got it for 140, 143. And I think it went up to 150, 153. But that's a villa. That's a hell of a price for 4-bedroom. It's either 3.5 baths or 4.5 baths. That's a hell of a price for 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. That's what I think it is. That's a hell of a price. I'll know more once I see him tomorrow. All right. Eric, what project do you recommend that aren't playing these games? Unfortunately, I don't have a recommendation on not playing games. Every project has been late. But there's a difference between being late and doing nothing. Like Atlanta, for instance, I can go out there. I see movement. People can go out there. They see stuff happening. Now, and they're showing pictures apparently to somebody, because I was with one of the people from Novell, and they actually took pictures to show some of the people that bought there. So they're kind of in contact, similar to what Connor Rock does with Victor Moreau. So that was refreshing. That was cool. But all these other projects don't seem to have the same point of view. So unfortunately, I can't. When I made that video about I'm not putting anybody in the top 5, we can't even deal with people right now. Because everybody was late, everybody's delayed, everybody's this, that, and the other. Who is really trustworthy starts being, okay, you delivered something, but it was 3 years late. So now if you're going to invest, is it going to be 3 years late for this one? Which, if people build it in, that's a whole nother story. If I say, hey guys, you can get into something right now, but it's not going to be done until 2028, then so be it. You invest based on it's not going to be done until 2028, but you can't say it's going to be done in 2026. And then after you done paid your 50%, the project says, well, we're not going to be done until 2028. That's just not right. And unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it, because there's nothing in place that stops that unless the project does the old-fashioned way. You pay 10% down, 20% when we put down the foundation, 30%, another 10% when we get to the 4th floor, another 10% when we do the roof and the terrace up top, another 10% when we put in our sports courts, another 10% when we do the fitness, that type of breakdown. That would make sense. The old-fashioned way. You get rewarded, you get paid when you deliver the section you need to. So that way you're paying along the way. That so far is not a thing, except there's one developer here that does that, and I can't remember who it is. Oh, it's Noval. They have villas, 2.7, 3.9. These things are 10,000 square feet, 11,000 square feet, 8,000 square feet. They're over $1 million, $2 million. They do that type of payment plan. 20% or 10% down, then 10% when we get our foundation, then when we get the floor, whatever, or however they do it. They do that. That's the only people I know out here that does it, which is pretty cool. It's awesome. So I don't know which project doesn't play games, but I do know the longer I hang out with Noval, the better I like their infrastructure. They have businesses all over the city, all by their projects. They're going to have an office at Noval Beach Club. They have an office right here in Los Corrales, right by La Bruja. That's their marketing department, their project managers. The whole shebang is right here. They're going to build at Cana Bay. Their restaurant is going to be open in the next 3 or 4 weeks. Attached to the restaurant, they're going to have their Noval offices there because they're doing Riviera Bay. Then they're going to make the 1,000 unit apartment complex as soon as you come in the entrance in the back row. 1,000 unit apartment complex, which is going to rival Atlanta does, and River Island's going to have 1,000 units as well. So again, that means I got to get a drink real quick. We're going to end this tonight. Unfortunately, I got off track a little bit, but check it out.
Come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Little St. Martin action, another island, another time, another lifetime. All cool, though. Both sides, all cool in St. Martin. French side, Netherlands side, all good. Nice little place to hang out. People are great. Everything's cool. Can't complain. So once again, I'm going to wrap this up tonight. I'm a little tired. I'm a little exhausted. It's the weather. It's like 80 degrees right now at night. And so I have a little breeze coming in because I could run the AC, but unfortunately the AC is 21 cents, 20 cents per kilowatt hour. It's crazy. It's like you spend $10 a day, $20. Well, you could spend 20, but I don't. But spend about anywhere from $7 to $10 per day, $300 a month for a 1-bedroom unit. That's crazy for electricity. That's wild. But nonetheless, that's what we're dealing with around here. So I'm getting a little tired. I'm a little exhausted. I ran around today. Drop video tomorrow. Shorts. I'll be dropping that about when I'm at Atlanta. At the beach club, I don't remember talking that much, but I think I did. So that means I'm going to drop 2 shorts tomorrow. So I want to thank everybody for being here. Just remember, you're going to lose in 3 years if you haven't started on the path to getting the assets that return you some revenues. Whether it's going to be now or later, you're going to need more revenue. So as long as you start now, you can be saved. 3 years from now, after that, it's all off the table. Every man for himself, except if you're in the SSN Nation. We don't do the every man for themselves. We can help you. So make sure you're still here. I plan on being around for another 3 years, at least. So I might stop at 10 years. That means it's another 4 years, right? Can we go another 4 years? We will find out, but make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like what we're talking about tonight, and join us on Friday night at 9:10 p.m. when the chat room is open for everybody. On Wednesday nights, it's Wealthy Wednesday night live stream, but only members with the icon can be in the chat room. They're the only ones that can be in the chat room and on live streams with me, because they're the only ones that have the codes. So on Friday night, if you have a lot to say about tonight, come back at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and come join us. Ask your questions there. If you were a member and didn't ask any questions, so be it. But everybody, please smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you like what we're talking about, and make sure you get your assets. In case you don't know what assets are once you buy it, you get a return on your money. That's what we're looking for you. So make sure you get it done. All right. So I'll speak of an asset. So here's an asset. I have a business called SSN Lifestyle, SRL, here on the island. So on the surface, I have become a broker with some real estate companies. I don't make any money now, but is the company an asset? I consider it an asset. Why? Because I'm talking about real estate in Dominican Republic. I now can actually sell it as a broker. So if somebody says, hey, I want to buy something, I can now go forth and you can contact me. I can try and get you the SSN Nation deals. And now it turns into revenue coming in. And so that's basically an asset at that point. And the revenue coming in is I actually did work for it, or I had somebody else underneath me split the commission with them. They worked for it. But now I have other people working as part of the team and making sure that they can get deals done. And we receive a portion of it. It's going to be like 2% or 2% or 2.5%, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, there's systems in place that I don't actually have to work for, just like a normal company. So that means it's an asset overall. And we have checks coming in 2 months and 3 months. So it's a beautiful thing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, catch up on Friday. You might see some of those people that you've only seen their names in the chat room on video. So make sure you don't miss that. It should be awesome. And once again, make sure you stay safe out here. Subscribe to the channel, click the all notification bell, and stay tuned for any latest updates. But just make sure you understand people are under stress. If 78% of people are living paycheck to paycheck, now you can understand why somebody acts crazy when they're out and about in public and just any little thing ticks them off. 8 out of 10 people, for all intents and purposes, are having a bad week, bad day, because money is not coming in fast enough. So now you're starting to understand why you're having all kind of altercations, all kind of situations that come up that makes no sense. But if you have 80% of the people are losing their minds, scared, not knowing what's going to happen next week, worried, you're going to have reactions from people that make no sense because you're not living in their shoes. So just keep that in mind. So as you have to stay safe out here to protect yourself, just remember one other thing. No matter how bad it gets, make sure you keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.